Mr. Brian,
I guess probably the one thing that
did you notice how he walks?
I like most is probably Glenn.
Glenn, get up here.
Glenn probably, as he said earlier today, you're going to get uncomfortable. And I ain't going to lie, probably the first half day that I met him, I really didn't like him. we kind of got uncomfortable. But you know, at the end, I'd like to thank him because, you know, he makes we write things down. And I catch myself every day, every other day, I'm looking at it. And by the end, I'm checking it off. I'm getting things done. So as a coach, that's what a coach is about.
And you guys have really grown your business a lot, too.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's awesome. Great, Brian.
Well, my story, or our story, actually both, started about 2 years ago. And we had decided that I would start working full-time in the business. And I was willing to do that and wanted to do it. And Buddy wanted me to come to one of these round tables. I did not want to come. In fact, I said, I don't want to go. And he said, oh, just go and see what it's like. And so I came, but I was kicking and screaming the whole way. And but after I came, sat through all 3 days, went home, I was like, Buddy, we've got to join this. And at that point, we decided instead of overlapping, we have a water damage restoration end of it and a cleaning end of it. And instead of overlapping, we decided to split it. So I became over the carpet cleaning and upholstery and all that end of it, and he's over the water damage. But I'm a follower. He's a leader, I'm a follower. So that was frightening to me. Very scary. But after I came to this, I thought, I have all the tools to do this. Everything will be here. And so I jumped right into the nights, which was really scary because I got all this information and I was like, where do I begin? But because of the calls and the conversations and talking to all the other people, and the growth coach was huge when that started. It helped me to focus, to set my priorities, and to get going. And I feel like I've accomplished amazing things. And our carpet end of the business has increased quite a bit, hasn't it?
That's awesome. Buddy, can you say phenomenal in a South African accent?
Yeah, I can say it in a South African accent if you like, yeah. True. But it's not how I usually talk. It's how I used to talk when I was growing up.
Did you say phenomenal?
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. It's been really good for us. A lot of husband and wives end up banging their heads against the wall and not liking each other very much because you're at conflict. This has allowed us to be on sync. My wife, the kids are grown now, so she was looking for something else to put her time to, and it was a great opportunity and great timing for us. And now we have grandkids.
And one other thing, it also allowed me to figure out a schedule so that I can actually keep our grandkids some of the time. So
That's awesome.
I can work around all of
That's awesome.
So we're on sync, and it's helped us all to be lined up together. So, and she outperformed me this last year. So.
You go, girl. Woo!
Right on. Well, I have to say something about Glenn. When we first met across the room there, he gave us a challenge to go from one side of the room to the other, but not walk as normally. He said, you have to think of some different way to do it. So I was the second one across the room doing it a different way. And the reason I mention that is because I've been doing this for a long time, but I needed to be able to do things differently to progress, to grow. And so Glenn has challenged in that 90-day planner this last quarter. I never gave attention to fun and recreation, so I wrote down Harley. And guess what? I've got a big fat Road King.
Woo! Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
so
baby.
The other aspect, though, too, is in listening to the phone calls and being at each meeting, I try to glean at least one point to be able to help my business grow, or me personally. And so the impetus has been to listen to John and Neil and Ralph. They've made it over. So when I grow up, I want to be like them.
All right. Hey, and you're going to be bald, too. So, awesome.